For thousands of years, one mountain has stood at the center of one of humanity's most important religious mysteries. According to ancient scripture, it was the place where Moses encountered God within a blazing fire, where thunder shook the sky, where the Ten Commandments were revealed, and where an entire people believed heaven touched the earth. That mountain was Sinai. Yet despite its enormous importance to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, nobody truly knows where Mount Sinai actually is. Pilgrims have climbed one mountain for centuries, believing it to be sacred. Archaeologists have searched deserts for clues. Explorers have crossed some of the harshest landscapes on Earth, trying to solve the mystery. Entire theories have emerged suggesting the true mountain may have been hidden in the wrong country all along. And after thousands of years, the location of one of the holiest places in human history remains uncertain. The story begins in the book of Exodus. After escaping slavery in Egypt, Moses led the Israelites deep into the wilderness. There, according to scripture, they arrived at a mountain covered in smoke and fire. The earth trembled violently. Thunder echoed through the desert. A trumpet-like sound filled the air. Moses climbed the mountain alone and returned carrying stone tablets engraved with divine law. The descriptions are dramatic, terrifying, and deeply symbolic. Ancient texts describe the summit wrapped in dark clouds, while flames rose into the sky, like a furnace. The people below were forbidden from touching the mountain itself, fearing death if they approached too closely. For believers, Sinai became more than geography. It became a place where humanity directly encountered God. But there is one massive problem hidden within the ancient texts. The Bible never clearly identifies the exact location of Mount Sinai. For centuries, people assumed the mountain was located in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. The traditional site is known today as Jebel Musa, meaning Mountain of Moses. Rising from the barren wilderness of the southern Sinai Peninsula, the mountain has attracted pilgrims for nearly 700 years. At its base stands the famous St. Catherine's Monastery, one of the oldest Christian monasteries in the world. Built in the 6th century under the Byzantine Empire, the monastery helped solidify the belief that Jebel Musa was the true biblical Sinai. Even today, thousands of pilgrims climb the mountain before sunrise to witness dawn from its summit. Many believe they are walking the same path Moses once climbed thousands of years ago. Yet modern historians and archaeologists began noticing serious problems with this traditional location. One major issue is that there is surprisingly little archaeological evidence connecting Jebel Musa directly to the Exodus story. Despite centuries of exploration, no definitive artifacts proving a massive Israelite encampment have ever been discovered there. This absence of evidence led researchers to ask a dangerous question. What if Mount Sinai was never in the Sinai Peninsula at all? One of the most controversial theories suggests the real Mount Sinai may actually lie inside modern Saudi Arabia. The mountain most commonly linked to this theory is Jabal al-Lawz, located in the remote northwestern deserts of Saudi Arabia. Unlike the traditional Sinai site, Jabal al-Lawz possesses several unusual features that captured worldwide attention. Photographs of the mountain appear to show a blackened summit, as if the top had been burned by intense heat. Some researchers claim this matches biblical descriptions of a mountain consumed by divine fire. Nearby, explorers reported strange archaeological remains, including large stone structures, possible ancient altars, rock carvings of cattle, and evidence of ancient habitation. Supporters of the theory argue these discoveries align remarkably well with events described in Exodus, especially the story of the golden calf worshipped by the Israelites while Moses was on the mountain. The theory became extremely popular in documentaries, books, and online mystery communities. Some even claimed governments were secretly hiding the true location of Mount Sinai from the world. But mainstream archaeologists remain highly skeptical. Many experts argue the burned black summit is actually a natural geological phenomenon caused by volcanic or weathering processes. Others point out that many of the alleged archaeological discoveries have not been properly verified through scientific excavation. Still, the mystery refuses to disappear. Part of what makes Sinai so difficult to identify is the nature of the Exodus story itself. Historians still debate whether the biblical account describes literal historical events, symbolic religious traditions, or memories of multiple migrations blended together over centuries. Ancient tribal groups moved constantly across deserts and trade routes. Place names changed over time. Oral traditions evolved. Entire landscapes transformed due to climate changes and political shifts. Even the term Sinai may not originally have referred to one specific mountain. Some scholars believe Sinai could represent an entire sacred region rather than a single peak. Others suggest the story merged memories from different mountains into one powerful narrative. Adding to the mystery is the terrifying environment itself. The deserts surrounding Sinai are among the harshest on Earth. Endless rocky plains stretch beneath crushing heat. Jagged mountains rise from lifeless valleys. Water is scarce. Sandstorms can erase tracks within minutes. To ancient people wandering this wilderness, the landscape would have felt supernatural. Thunderstorms echoing across mountains, volcanic activity, earthquakes, and fire like lightning could easily have been interpreted as manifestations of divine power. Some researchers have even proposed that volcanic eruptions influenced biblical descriptions of Sinai. Ancient texts describing smoke, trembling ground, loud noises, and fire from the mountaintop sound remarkably similar to volcanic phenomena. However, the Sinai Peninsula itself contains no active volcanoes. This detail strengthened theories placing the real Sinai farther east near volcanic regions of Arabia. Interestingly, ancient Midian, a region associated with Moses before the Exodus, is believed by many historians to have existed in northwestern Arabia, near modern Saudi Arabia. Some scholars argue this geographic connection makes the Arabian Sinai theory more plausible than the traditional Egyptian location. Yet no theory fully solves every problem. Every proposed location contains gaps, contradictions, or missing evidence. Some fit the geography but lack archaeology. Others contain archaeological mysteries but conflict with ancient travel routes described in Scripture. And perhaps that uncertainty is exactly why the mystery has endured for so long. Mount Sinai exists in a strange space between faith and history. For believers, the exact location may not matter at all. The mountain's importance comes from what happened there spiritually, not from coordinates on a map. But for historians and archaeologists, discovering the true Sinai would be one of the greatest finds in biblical archaeology. It could reshape understanding of ancient Israelite history, the Exodus tradition, and the origins of monotheistic religion itself. Over the centuries, countless explorers became obsessed with finding the real mountain. Some crossed deserts, convinced they were following hidden clues preserved in scripture. Others searched satellite imagery looking for ancient campsites, dried riverbeds, and forgotten pathways beneath the sands. Even today, modern technology continues the search. Archaeologists use satellite mapping, drone surveys, and ground-penetrating radar to examine remote regions previously inaccessible to researchers. Hidden ruins and ancient trade routes are still being uncovered across the Middle East every year. Yet Sinai remains elusive. Perhaps the mountain was never meant to be found easily. After all, sacred places often become more powerful through mystery. The uncertainty surrounding Sinai transformed it from a physical mountain into something larger, a symbol of humanity searching for divine truth in the wilderness. And maybe that is why the story still captivates people thousands of years later. Because somewhere beneath the burning deserts of Egypt or Saudi Arabia, hidden among silent mountains, untouched for millennia, there may truly exist a place where ancient people once believed heaven descended upon earth. A mountain wrapped in smoke and fire. A summit where laws were said to come from God himself. A place lost somewhere between history, legend, and faith. And until undeniable evidence finally emerges, the true location of Mount Sinai may remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the ancient world.